is $4,800. And around the turn, they go. The Pacers have reached the backstretch, and they are underway. Donegal Jim on the outside, stepping out. Inside speed from Hugh Hefner. Donegal Jim slight lead, but Hugh Hefner going to battle. Inside McCito is away third, followed by Needless to Say. Donegal Jim is clearing at the front end. Back in fifth, there is Sharknado, followed by Red Dirt Rock and Roll, Shrimp and Grits away seventh, and the early trailer Lima Raider. Your leader right now, Donegal Jim, as the field of eight approaches the turn. They'll make their way around to the quarter-mile marker, and they get there in 28 1/5. So Donegal Jim out alertly here as they head past the infield oasis. Pocket seat early on belongs to Hugh Hefner. Single file, it goes to McCito in third. Then it's Needless to Say, coming off a win in this group last time. He's the 1-5 favorite, sitting patiently fourth with Matt Kakaley. Another length and a half back to fifth, and Sharknado, followed by Red Dirt Rock and Roll, Shrimp and Grits, and the trailer still here is Lima Raider. So no challenge to the leader, Donegal Jim, as he moseys to the half-mile marker in 58 4, 30 3, second panel. To the back stretch now, they're all taking dictation from Donegal Jim, who leads it by a length. Now on the outside, Needless to Say, gliding up, picking off horses, and taking dead aim at Donegal Jim. In the pocket now, Hugh Hefner watching as Needless to Say takes the lead. Big gap back to fourth and McCito. On his outside, Sharknado, followed there by Red Dirt Rock and Roll. Then gaps to Shrimp and Grits and Lima Raider. And just like that, Needless to Say not only takes over, but forging a big lead here at three quarters, 127 even, 28 1 third panel. Going to be tough to catch, Needless to Say, although on the outside now, Hugh Hefner is cutting into the margin some, dropping back Donegal Jim in third. From far back fourth, there is Lima Raider. Top of the stretch, and the lead is 3-4, Needless to Say. Hugh Hefner is his closest foe, trying to cut into that margin. Needless to Say on top. The wind hitting both those horses now up front. Needless to Say still leading by 3. Hugh Hefner won't get there. He's going to get closer, but the winner is Needless to Say by 3 parts of a length. Hugh Hefner second. And a first over move here by Matt Kakaley, and Needless to Say, and really quickly took over the lead from fourth to first, going past Donegal Jim and then opening up as Hugh Hefner tried to get to him but comes up short of Needless to Say in race number 4. Judges have posted the unofficial. Tonight's fourth race are official. The rundown: number 1, McCito, finished 7th. 2, Hugh Hefner was 2nd. Number 3, Sharknado, finished 3rd. 4, Needless to Say, the race winner. 5, Red Dirt Rock and Roll, finished lap. Did have a third 2 starts ago in this group as a long shot. And new in from Yonkers, number 9, Blenheim. Anthony Napolitano for Lance Hudson. Blenheim working on back. Trotters are on the track for tonight's 5th race at Pocono. Number 1 is Zooming, owned by Oldford Racing LLC. Buter Farm Inc., trainer Amber Buter, driver Tyler Buter. 2 icing onto Cupcake, scratched sick. 3, Keystone Sargent, owned and trained by Emily Boss, driver Jason Bartlett. 4, Bella Ava, owned by JPS Racing Stables LLC, trainer Jenny Melander, driver Matt Kakaley. Number 5, Andover's Touch, owned by Royal Sun Farms, trainer Norman Morford, driver John Kakaley. 6, Grapple, Hanover is scratched sick. 7, Muscle Lab, owned by J. Paul Hoover, trainer Steve Braybrook, driver Jim Pantoliano. Number 8, Mystical Win, owned by Christine Baggett, trainer Bob Baggett Jr., driver Jim Taggart Jr. And number 9, Blenheim, owned by William Hart, trainer Lance Hudson, driver Anthony Napolitano, scratched the 2, icing onto Cupcake, scratched the 6, Grapple, Hanover. The Trotters have reached the backstretch. And they are underway. And on the outside, some early speed from Muscle Ave takes a slight lead. Further out, Blenheim moving up as well. Slight lead for Muscle Ave over Blenheim on the outside. Two back on the inside, 2-3rd, and zooming, followed there by Keystone Sargent. And it's Bella Ava away 5th, another length and a half back to Andover's Touch. And the early trailer is Mystical Win. Lead belongs to Muscle Ave as the field of 7 around the turn now come to the quarter-mile marker and reach in 28 4/5. Onto the front stretch and out of the pocket now Blenheim making a move for Anthony Napolitano. This one fresh in from Yonkers and will take that lead away from Muscle Ave. Single file it goes to zooming in 3rd. The veteran making his first appearance at Pocono this year is the 6-5 favorite. Bella Ava is launching for Matt Kakaley first over. See if she gets some cover here. Back on the inside 5th Keystone Sargent. Then 2 back to Andover's Touch. And to the outside at the back Mystical Win. Lead belongs to Blenheim, gets to the half mile, 59-1, 30-2, second panel. To the back stretch now, and Blenheim has opened the lead up to 2 as zooming on the outside draws nearer for Tyler Buter. Loose pocket seat for Muscle Ave, and Bella Ava found the cover second over. She's still about 4 off the pace, 2 off the cover. Inside 5th Keystone Sargent, a gap to Andover's Touch, and way back off stride now is Mystical Win. Blenheim still going along well here as now zooming tucks into a pocket spot behind him. 3/4 and 127-4, 28-3 third panel. Blenheim, a solid 2-length advantage now over zooming. On the outside, that's Bella Ava making up some ground. And behind her, out 3 wide, comes Keystone Sargent. Round the turn to the top of the stretch, Blenheim with a lead of about 2. Inside zooming, center of the track, Bella Ava. Outside closing, Keystone Sargent. Blenheim still a solid advantage here. And Anthony Napolitano and Blenheim going to take them all the way on the front end. Winning going away at the end by 2.5 lengths. Late kicking there for second was Keystone Sargent. Well, Blenheim gets a little bit of a break with the 2 scratches to the inside, so at least from the 7 post instead of the 9 post. Anthony Napolitano immediately aggressive with him right out of the gate and took over the lead on the front stretch and held a solid advantage from there. None of the top choices really ever got to the point where they were threatening Blenheim. Judges have posted the winning time 1:58 3/5 for number 9, Blenheim. 5th, number 5, Andover's Touch was 6th. 6, Grapple Hanover was scratched. 7, Muscle Ave finished 4th. 8, Mystical Win was 7th. And number 9, Blenheim, the race winner. Top down reads 3, scratch 2, 5, 6, scratch, 4, 7. Pacers on the track for tonight's 6th race at Pocono. One Road to Told Me, owned by Martha Drolet, trainer Gene Drolet, driver Matt Kakaley. 2 Sudden Change, owned by Supermile LLC, Jody Rydell, trainer Jody Rydell, driver Jim Taggart Jr. 3 Lightning Virgin, owned by Wendy Andrew Chellis, trainer Wendy Chellis, driver Anthony Napolitano. 4 English Rose, owned by Gilbert Garcia Owen, trainer Gilberto Garcia Herrera, driver George Napolitano Jr. 5 Kotari Yara, owned by Wish Me Luck Stables LLC, trainer Steve Braybrook, driver Marcus Miller. 6 Just Wanna Feel, owned by Julie Kernitsky, trainer Bob Kernitsky Jr., driver Jim Pantoliano. And 7 Dream Dancing, owned by Mitchell York, David Brickell, trainer Mitchell York, driver David Brickell. Scratch the 8, more out 6, so a field of 7 here for the 6th, and less than a minute. The starter is called. The condition pacing mares to the gate for tonight's 6th race at Pocono. Non-winners $4,000 last 5. PA preferred, purse $6,800. And around the turn, they go. The Pacers have reached the backstretch. And they are underway. Kotari Yara leaving center of the track with some speed. Inside Sudden Change comes up to challenge. Sudden Change slight lead over Kotari Yara early. On the inside third is Rhoda Told Me, followed by English Rose. Parked out Dream Dancing fifth past the 8th mile marker. Then back on the inside, Just Wanna Feel is sixth. Lightning Virgin made a bad step early, is back on stride now, but she is well removed from the rest. And that group is led by Sudden Change at the moment, although English Rose coming up on the outside to challenge the quarter, 28 3/5. And on to the front stretch past the bleachers. It's English Rose taking over. Just missed last time out in this group. She's a heavy favorite at 3-5 and will be in charge now for George Napolitano Jr. Sudden Change relents in the pocket second, followed by Kotari Yara. Then it's Rhoda Told Me in from Saratoga fourth. Dream Dancing has been parked all the way. Inside sixth now, Just Wanna Feel, and Lightning Virgin has caught the back of the pack after the earlier break. So English Rose on top, comes unhurried to the half-mile marker in 59-2, 30-4 second panel. To the back stretch, English Rose is the leading lady, and she leads it now by a length. Right in behind her in the pocket there is Sudden Change. Kotari Yara is third. She's saving ground. Dream Dancing going to try to move up again, but it's been a long road for her. Inside fifth, Rhoda Told Me. Lightning Virgin starting to move up second over, and Just Wanna Feel is the trailer. No change up front. English Rose just rolling without much hurry there to the 3/4 mile marker. Gets there 1:28-4, 29-2 third panel. English Rose still by a length, as right in the pocket behind her there is a Sudden Change. Kotari Yara looks for room third. After that, Dream Dancing and Lightning Virgin. Top of the stretch, English Rose, the lead. Out of the pocket comes Sudden Change. On the inside, Kotari Yara, but English Rose has something left in the tank here. Sudden Change on the outside, all out. English Rose holding tight to that advantage. English Rose, the heavy favorite, gets the victory here by a length. Sudden Change tracked her all the way in second. Kotari Yara third. Results of tonight's sixth race are official. The rundown: number 1, Rhoda Told Me, finished fourth. 2, Sudden Change was second. Number 3, Lightning Virgin, finished sixth. 4, English Rose, the race. Trotters on the track for tonight's seventh race at Pocono. 1, Southwind Blizzard, owned by Wendy Andrew Chellis. Trainer Wendy Chellis, driver Drew Chellis. 2, Puerto Rico, owned by Wine Stable. Trainer Jill Wine, driver George Napolitano Jr. 3, Sortie Hanover, owned by Prober Morse Racing LLC, Michael Schur, trainer Jeff Lieberman, driver Jim Pantoliano. 4, Christopher Crazo, owned by Bernard O'Brien, trainer Joe Rowland, driver Tyler Buter. 5, Swiss Platinum, owned by Charles and Mary Johnston, trainer Linda Kakali, driver John Kakali. 6, Bob and Tony, owned by Jennifer Signor, trainer Jason Signor, driver Ronaldo Morales III. 7, Noble Prize, owned by Lupania Racing Stables Incorporated, trainer Lupania, driver Jason Bartlett. 8, Next Round's on Me, owned by Jose Cervantes, trainer Jenny Melander, driver Matt Kakali. And the 9, Rentier, owned by LCT Stable, trainer John Marsh, driver Marcus Miller. No changes, race 7, less than a minute until then. Tonight's seventh race at Pocono. Now winners $3,000 last 5. PA preferred, purse $6,800. And around the turn, they go. The Trotters have reached the backstretch, and they are underway. A tight start in this one. On the inside, some early foot there from Puerto Rico. joined closely by Sortie Hanover, and Southwind Blizzard is right there third. Bob and Tony away fourth, tucking in front of Christopher Crazo. Next up, Next Round's on Me, finding a spot 6. He's just in front of Swiss Platinum. After that comes Noble Prize in 8th and Rentier at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, up front, a takeover attempt here by Sortie Hanover on Puerto Rico as the field of 9 all flat around the turn come to the quarter-mile marker in 29 even. In from Delaware, Sortie Hanover has the lead, but it might only be briefly here. Puerto Rico comes right back out for George Napolitano Jr. and has it back over Sortie Hanover, and Southwind Blizzard going to launch first over. Looks like Bob and Tony might follow that up second over. Allows Christopher Crazo to fill in fifth. Third over sixth comes Next Round's on Me. That's the 4-5 favorite. Going to have some traffic to overcome there in that outer flow. The Swiss Platinum is seventh, followed by Noble Prize and the trailer Rentier. Tied up front between Southwind Blizzard and Puerto Rico. The half 1 minute even, 31 even second panel. Puerto Rico slight edge here on Southwind Blizzard, who's just a nose away. Pocket seat 2 lengths back on the inside there. Sortie Hanover. Next Round's on Me. Going to go 3 wide around Bob and Tony, while Christopher Crazo still saves ground. He's 3.5 away. A gap to seventh and Noble Prize, then Swiss Platinum, and the trailer Rentier. Slight lead for Southwind Blizzard, now trying to clear Puerto Rico. Next Round's on Me, coming up fast. 3/4, 129 even, 29 even third panel. Southwind Blizzard inside Puerto Rico, out wide. Next Round's on Me has momentum now. Meanwhile, Sortie Hanover dropping back. Some late kick from Noble Prize coming up strong as well. Top of the stretch, it's Next Round's on Me who takes over the lead. Inside Puerto Rico, still trying to hold his position. Outside Noble Prize is closing. Southwind Blizzard is in between. Next Round's on Me forges the late lead. Matt Kakaley, Next Round's on Me, comes up a winner here. And a 3-way battle for the place spot there between Southwind Blizzard, Christopher Crazo, and Noble Prize. But your winner here, Next Round. Now, Matt Kakaley coming up strong with Next Round's on Me on the backstretch, and then there's 4 of them there late, but you see Next Round's on Me poking out in front and going to pick up the victory here as the favorite in race number 7. And then you're going to see a very close battle for the second spot with 3 horses across the line. Topping $140,000, the mile 159 3/48. Next Round's on Me. Results of tonight's 7th race official. Rundown number 1, Southwind Blizzard finished 4th. 2, Puerto Rico was Next Round's on Me coming on the outside for the victory there. Came a long way. Was 3rd over early in the mile, but just kept after it. Noble Prize, a long shot for second. Actually, really long shots, 2, 3, and 4 there. Noble Prize 47-1. Christopher Craig helped out the exotics, considering he had 4-5 as the favorite. And again, one of those favorite all plays would have done very well there in race 7. Pacers on the track for tonight's 8th race at Pocono. Number 1, American Boot Scooter, owned by Bada Bing Stables. Trainer Owen Eiler Jr., driver Marcus Miller. 2 Do You Think, owned by Sam Abdu. Trainer T. Wine, driver George Napolitano Jr. 3, My Delight, owned by Armin Racing Stable. Lightning 5 Racing Stable. B. Kleinberg Racing and Winter Circle Racing. Trainer Rob Harmon, driver Tyler Buter. 4, Bargain Shopper, owned by D Racing Stable Incorporated. Trainer Lupena, driver Simon Allard. 5, Century Enforcer, owned by Eric Irving and the General Stable, trainer and driver Eric Irving. 6, Real Lucky, owned by Bob Weinstein, trainer Jennifer Bongiorno, driver Matt Kakaley. 7, Big Mock, owned by Phyllis and Mark Leibowitz, trainer Breanne Good, driver Jason Bartlett. 8, Wind Blast, owned by Jonathan Applebaum, trainer Justin Huckabone, driver Justin Huckabone. And number 9, Golden Gesture, owned by Finacciaro's Dream Stable, trainer Courtney Wright, driver Jim Pantoliano. No changes in the 8th, less than a minute until post. Last call, race 8, get him in. The starter is called. The condition pacers to the gate for tonight's 8th race at Pocono. Non-winners $3,000 last 5, PA preferred, and the purse $6,800. And around the turn, there you go. The Pacers have reached the backstretch, and they are underway. And I'm not sure if we're underway here. We do have a recall here. We have a recall here for race number 8. Saw the lights come on right as they were about to start. So a recall here for the 8th. Our condition pacers non-winners $3,000 last 5, PA preferred, and the purse $6,800. And around the turn, there you go. The Pacers have reached the backstretch, and they are underway, and underway cleanly this time, as on the inside some speed from Do You Think, joined there by My Delight. Those two go at it for the early lead. And behind them, Bargain Shopper and Century Enforcer, both parked to the outside of American Boot Scooter. That's Real Lucky away 6th. 2 more back to 7th, and Big Mock up on the outside. 8th there is, that's Golden Gesture in the trailer, Wind Blast. And still up front, Do You Think, My Delight well out in front of the rest, going after that lead. The quarter is 26-4 for how slow the times have been so far. That is a blistering pace here tonight. Do You Think, the one laying them down, and George Knapp will try to rate here with this one who's dropping down in class. Pocket seat belongs to My Delight. Single file then to American Boot Scooter 3rd. 2 back to Bargain Shopper. Up on the outside, hoping to flush some cover there, Golden Gesture. Inside 6th now is Century Enforcer. Real Lucky is caught in between horses as Big Mock is going 3 wide early. And the deep trailer here is Wind Blast. Half mile 57 even, 30 and 1 second panel. So Do You Think needed a softener there in the front stretch and got it. And George Knapp asking for a little bit now from the leader. My Delight right in his pocket. Big Mock on the outside to within 3 and 3rd. On the inside, 4th, American Boot Scooter. Followed there by 2nd over Golden Gesture. Real Lucky now trying 3 wide. Bargain Shopper saving ground. Then Wind Blast and Century Enforcer. But no change up front. Do You Think still has the lead at the 3/4 mile marker in 125 and 3. 28 and 3, 3rd panel. It's Do You Think and George Knapp. My Delight still lurking in the pocket. Inside 3rd, saving ground there is American Boot Scooter. Real Lucky way out wide in 4th, but still 5 back. back. Top of the stretch. Now My Delight pulls the pocket and takes aim at Do You Think? And My Delight takes over the lead. Late kick from both Real Lucky and Way Out Wide Wind Blast, but it's My Delight, Tyler Buter, pocket trip to pay dirt for the victory. Wind Blast from way back comes up for second on the inside. Well, Do You Think had the lead most of the way, but was never able to get any kind of separation from My Delight. Turn, Tyler Buter pushed the button, and My Delight took over the lead. Couple closers on the outside late, but neither was really able to put a scare into your winner. The favorite here, My Delight. Judges have posted the unofficial order of finish race 8. Number 3, My Delight, finished first. Number 8, Wind Blast, finished second. Number 2, Do You Think, finished third. Advantage first win in 8 this year. 10th lifetime career earnings over $264,000. Mile 155 and 1 for 3. My Delight. Official rundown. Number 1, American Boot Scooter, finished 5th. 2, Do You Think, was 3rd. Number 3, My Delight, was the race winner. 4, Bargain Shopper, finished 7th. Number 5, Century Enforcer, was 6th. 6, Real Lucky, finished 4th. Number 7, Big Mock, finished 9th. 8, Wind Blast was 2nd. And 9, Golden Gesture, finished 8th. From a